Uh, it's 2019. This is Samuel Velez, 47 years old. I'm a Virgo, and as I make this video, it's addressing this in my video as I record at this very moment. In the event that gang stalker wants to keep meshing my identity in with something that they may have cultivated without my awareness, and now they wanna blend me into some shit as if I'm in cahoots or I'm aware, and then I mean, it's bad enough when I try to call these impressions out and make a point. When I try to do that, they always like switch names, like at the last, right before, even while I'm thinking, they edit whatever it is I'm thinking about. And well, I wanted to put this on this video because I keep getting these heart pains, chest pains, and the impression that seems to mimic who I am and shares details of personal things, and if it's in my thoughts, and I think about ex-girlfriends all the time, this character knows every intimate thought and memory with these people. And it's funny that this impression, it seems like he talks to, or the whatever whatever he's trying to project towards my awareness, that it talks to these people, and then it mentions their names to me. And that's all I mean, I'll just hear little stuff and I think of them, and I would, like, for the first few years, I'd be like, why do I hear, I think I hear their voice way in the distance, and then something else probably talking to them or something. But I didn't know that person was acting like me, and that it was treating me like that other person, like someone named Danny. And anyways, this impression seems to have, I don't know if on remote neural or whatever, if a person can create a profile and broadcast or whatever and create a few of themselves, like put one here, put a monitor there, and put something else here, like to read my thoughts, and then I guess let something else know what I'm thinking or what I'm about to do, and then something else does something else. I mean, whatever, however they do it, it's a trip, because this impression keeps telling something somewhere in the distance to give people heart attacks. This other impression acting like Sammy Velez or this persona here making this video says that, I mean, if I'm the bad guy, if I'm some bad guy named that I keep being compared to a Danny or some shit, then I guess this Danny guy must have did something to me a while back, or whenever I hung around them is when I remember mysteriously blacking out around them, him and a couple other people. So if I hear that noise, oh, that's him that did this to me, and then he says, give him a heart or some shit, that's a trip, because apparently I blacked out around them like 20 years ago. And if this person has been acting like me for a long time, and I asked a question to these noises, right? I said, hey, I wonder if this person who's acting like whoever he's acting like, which disturbs me because that's my name. I asked a question out there into the noises, right? I said, hey man, does this guy, if this guy keeps trying to give someone a heart attack for something it did to, I go, has this person done this to more people? Has this person requested to give people those types of things? And another noise said, oh, heck yeah, man. So that is why I'm making this video, because if they're messing with my head and trying to get my attention, and as if I'm like their friend and all involved in something, but yet I'm like puzzled, and then I catch another noise answering questions that I ignore because it's just preposterous, and they answer them in a way to where if they're answering based on my name being addressed, then they're framing me. And I'm documenting this shit, and I'll do anything I can to prove that. And supposedly every time I react to all of this, something keeps saying, oh, they still think that he's this other person. No matter what he does, they still think he's this person. So I wonder why they want the same person impression that is talking about, oh, you need to learn. I'm like, and something else is giving them the impression that I can hear, but all I really hear is, I mean, if something cultivated something in my name and something else is like, fuck the noise, I wonder if they want to meet the actual person or actually literally like dialogue with more substance. Well, then something is happening where they're just distracting me. I'm like, hey, leave me alone. And they're like, oh, now that we got your attention, oh, see, you are listening. He is listening. And that's what pisses me off, because then I break off from that and I go about my business. And anytime I hear it again or hear stuff, they treat me like I'm an outsider. They treat me like I'm interfering in whatever's going on in my mental living room. Like if they don't know me, or maybe something's been going on for a while without my awareness, and then, well, I'm like starting to look around like, hey, what the fuck? What's this? How is this going on, or whatever? And they just look at me like, man, get this motherfucker out of here. Like, literally, like I'm a nuisance. Like I'm a fucking nuisance or something. But I just want to document this, and I'm going to post this, because if there's somebody out there playing these little games, impersonating people, and getting into the graces of something, I mean, literally, like, it doesn't, whatever I'm looking at, this noise wants to own what I'm looking at. And if I look up at the stars, a noise says, oh, please give me a sign. Like, I don't ask for fucking signs. So that's a trip how my vision, I look at stuff and then something else comments on, like if it's looking out of my eyes and it's commenting and getting answers from something, like, I don't know if it cupcake, if we all have like a guide or some spirit or whatever, something that just wants to reach out in a mysterious way and say, and just like, hey, or whatever. But no, if there is anything like that, maybe these things like lie dormant in here and do some settings and mute your consciousness from hearing that. And I'm assuming this is what it seems like this thing wants to just look through my eyes, and whatever I say isn't even valid, doesn't seem valid. Like it doesn't go through. I can be yelling and crying, and in the background, they could be talking, something will be talking about having drinks, or I'll hear a recording of what I just got through doing earlier, like a meme or a saying, or if I was yelling and cussing or whatever, it'll sound like that, like another, like some shit that I already did throughout the day, but something must be hearing what happened a few hours ago or something at the same time while I'm going through what I'm going through. So maybe I don't know, I'm gonna have to start either typing and not talk, I mean just to test things out, or close my eyes and talk, or try not to think and write some letters and some notes, and then just stare at them, and maybe that'll convey what I really want to express, instead of something else that narrates my thoughts or verbalizes it, and it's always something different or the opposite of what I'm thinking, or it gets reformatted to where it benefits someone else. That other impression that's accusing me of being him, it's benefiting his name, but he's passing himself off as trying to call himself Samuel, and always insisting that I sound like someone else. But when I hear my thoughts being regurgitated or whatever, it sounds like it's like it compliments the other person. It's weird. Anyways, just wanted to document that, and it's, wow, that's a trip. Because when I do try to defend myself, or whenever, any little attempt at it, I try to utilize whatever I like, stuff that I can catch on to, and try to do the same thing. But since they already know what I'm going to think or say, I mean, even before I say something, like if I'm getting ready to say something, it's as if they reformat it before I even say it. It's weird. It's weird. It's like trying to make you feel hopeless or like helpless to even defend yourself or something. And the whole time, there seems to be, like in the quiet times when I'm thinking, I mean, and that's all the time, something, I mean, fuck, if something is narrating all this time, like right now, my fucking chest is hurting. Like this fucking thing is having something attack me within my body. I don't know how it can pretend to be pretend my awareness is talking to something in my head, in my consciousness, talking to something that would talk back. Assume that. And I'm telling it to, get this away, get it, it did something to me, right? And then my chest starts to hurt. Well, that's what it seems like. If this thing is in here and wanting to control my vision and talk about, oh, now I'm gonna do this, now I'm gonna do that type of shit, then if it's gonna do that, then literally, if it is talking to something that I don't know of, and this is what's fucked up. Can it really be that something, a neural thing, can be in here, block your consciousness from talking to something, and then it talking to something, and then telling it that there's another, I'm being accused of being someone named Danny. Now, if someone in here is pretending to be Sam, and it says, attack that guy, and get him, and then my heart starts to hurt within my own body, then either it's just a fucking game, just to get me to react, or just who knows, or something. But I refuse. I refuse. May these attempts be thwarted by bad intentions. May they be thwarted. Because, man, this brother here don't merece eso.